lot of French that would eat poi or whatever.
Now your grandpa used to make, great-grandpa, your father, who used to make the butter?
My father.
You had the story, you want to tell the story about the butter.
Yeah, my father used to, we had cow. My father make butter, and he need poly family, Kamake Aina. And we used to put fruit coloring in the butter, make all different color butter. Black, green, red, yellow, blue. And our father didn't know that.
You folks had the cows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the cow.
That's right.
And your dad didn't know you used to make different color butter?
No, until they told him, we like that color butter, we don't like this yellow butter.
They didn't realize the color butter was no different? They just like the look of the color butter.
They like the color butter better.
Yeah. Who told him that?
Tastes the same, but the color.
Did Papa Aina tell him?
No, Nepali.
The Neapalis, which are related to us as well.
Yeah.
So with most of the ohana that lived in Laie Malo'o, Laie Vai, Laie Haula, Kokoleo, where Tutu Pahumoa moved to, most of them were family. They were ohana.
Oh, yeah.
My grandma Harry was family from
Neapali. And I know that the Neapalis tie in to the Kamake Ainas as well. So, yeah, Naho'opi'i, Ho'opi'is.
Akinas.
The Akinas.
Akinas.
Do you want to talk about the Akinas? Because I do have a question about the Akinas. Now, and if this is kapu, I'll stop it. But from my understanding, Papa Aina had another son. And no one knows, no one said who that son, who the father was. He was George Akina.
Yeah, George Akina Kalaimi. It's Kalaimi, you know, from Laia.
Yeah.
It's Emma, Kalaimi. She was married to Kalaimi.
Yeah.
Well, the mother was Tutu Emma, I think was the name. Was where Caldera used to be.
Yeah.
The two family was there. That's the one, Papa Aina.
Yeah, because I had heard that a lot of the ohana didn't find out that he was actually a Kamake Aina by blood until Papa Aina passed away, because it was in his obituary. Now, and Uncle George Akina, he was married to Dora Chong. Yes.
Yeah.
Dora Chong, because she lives right next door to Auntie Peta, Kalili.
Kalili, you know.
Yeah, and said that that's kapu. That ohana doesn't talk about his relation to the Kamake Ainas, but it is true that he is Kamake Aina by blood because his father was Papa Aina.
Okay.
Okay. And any idea why it was never acknowledged that he Hanai'd by the Akinas? Is that why he was given that last name? Because his mother wasn't an Akina.
His mom was an Akina girl.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
So
mom was an Akina girl.
Emma Akina.
You're talking about Uncle Aina's second wife.
No, that's Hazel.
Huh?
And Hazel was the second wife.
The second wife.
Before Hannah.
Oh.
Before Hannah.
Yeah.
Nikoloi. Nikoloi, that's where this one would come. That's where that one would come.
So Uncle George was the oldest of all of Papa Aina's children.
Yeah.
But did you guys ever talk with him? Did he ever come around the Kamake Ainas?
He was fishing with Papa Aina when Papa Aina was leaving. He was one of the grand crew. You remember him, right? Yeah, they take the show. He like take the show. He always wanted to take the show.
I didn't realize Uncle Aina was so cool.
No, this Kamake Aina, they look silent, but they look kind of.
Yeah, Hazel, that's where Mahilani come from.
Hazel, yeah. And then that's where we get married again at the Hazel.
Yeah.
Now, Uncle Pua, you're related to the Kamake Ainas because, like Auntie Hazel, or Auntie Hannah, and your aunt was your auntie, and so was Auntie Clara.
And his mom.
And Auntie Clara married. How did that work? If you want to explain how you're related to the Kamake Ainas again, and about how you're related to Auntie Clara and who you're named after.
Oh, my Clara was my mom's sister, and then Hannah is my mother's sister.
And your mother is again?
Annie.
Annie?
Yeah, Elena, they call me Elena.
Oh, Elena, your mama.
Yeah, my mom, Elena.
How was she in some of
Elena
the,
Bryant.
Yeah, my mom. Right.
so some of the questions I may ask coming up may be a little sensitive, about your parents. And if you guys don't feel comfortable in talking about it, that's totally understandable. I don't want to, step over bounds, but I kind of maybe want to get a sense, how your parents were. So for instance, grandma, I didn't know great grandma that well. I wish I would have known great grandpa. All the stories I hear about them, and it's, for me, my generation and the generation after us and that generation, they'll never know what those folks were like, what your parents were like. Did you want to talk about, if you're comfortable talking about your mom and dad, and what they taught you and what they were about? Did they believe about going to church? Did they work multiple jobs? Did you guys, what did you guys used to do with them? Anything that can help people kind of get a better sense of what your parents were like?
Well, I think a very interesting thing about Tutu Pahumoa was that he was a great fisherman. And he had a big house right there on the beach. And that's where he kept all of his canoes and his nets. And he was out, he would go up on, there's that mountain top that extends out into the ocean. And he would go out there and he would look, then all of a sudden he sees a lot of fish. Well, his boys, no matter where they were, they had to come. It was time to fish.
How did he get their attention?
Whistle.
He whistled.
Yes.
Whistle.
Loud enough for all them to hear.
You gotta hear that whistle. That's a special whistle. Gotta be down there.
And it's very interesting because the boys get on the boats and they go out and surround that whole area, that Pound Beach area. And it's amazing that when they do that, all of the farmers, all the Japanese farmers, I don't know how they signal it, how God would signal it, but they all come down because he needs all of them
The hukila.
to pull in the nets.
Pull in the net.
And they come and when the boys surround the whole area, then the